Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience, and especially to all our graduates for staying in your allocated seats. Doesn't happen often. Well done. Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome to the University of New England and to the graduation ceremony for the awards in the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Graduands, friends, family, and the UNE community, may I ask you all to please now stand for the entry of the academic procession and the Chancellor of the University of New England, and then please remain standing to join us in singing the National Anthem. Thank you.
So it goes, another lonely day, saving time but you're miles away. Flowers drowning in some bitter tea, for seeing lost opportunity. Find your mirror, gonna look inside, see your talent you always hide. Don't go kid yourself, or not today. Satisfaction's not too far away. Hold on now, your exit here, it's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon. You'll see. Soon you'll see. Your coffee's warm, but your milk is sour. Life is short, but you're here to flower. Dream yourself along another day. Never miss opportunity. Don't be scared of what you cannot see. Your only fear is possibility. Never wonder what the hell went wrong, 'cause second chance may never come along. Hold on now, your exit's here, it's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon. You'll see. Soon you'll see. Hold on now, your exit's here, it's waiting just for you. Don't pause too long, it's waiting now, ending all too soon.
Please join us in singing the National Anthem. 2, 3.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are one and free, with golden soil and wealth for toil. Our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Please be seated. I would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of this land that we call New England and show our respect to their elders past and present. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great privilege and pleasure to welcome you here to the Faculty of Medicine and Health's celebration of degrees, diplomas and certificates. You, the graduates before us, missed out on the opportunity of coming here and celebrating your graduation in proper style. I hope this weekend you've made up for it. To our special guests, Anna Barwick, today's occasional address speaker, the Honourable Adam Marshall, Member for Northern Tablelands, Deputy Chancellor Jan McClelland, Professor Simon Evans, the Acting Vice-Chancellor, Emeritus Professor Alison Sheridan, Esquire Bedell, my fellow council members, members of the university community, but you, especially, our graduates are here to celebrate, and your families. You are the most important people here today, so welcome. And it is now my great pleasure to call upon Steve Witters to make welcome to country.
Is that right there? Thanks, Jen. Thank you, Chancellor. Chancellor House. Good afternoon, everybody. Dunganadaga, Dungandagawanga. I've just said hello. How are you all? In the local Anawan dialect. Anawan is A-N-A-I-W-A-N. We are the traditional custodians, and I'm a descendant of the traditional custodians of the land upon where we meet today on the grounds of Boolamimba. Boolamimba, by the way, is an Anawan word meaning place of wild apples. Just for people who didn't know that before. There's probably apples growing right where we are now. It's a tradition that's been around for many thousands of years for Aboriginal people to welcome others to the land when there's a special event or commemoration. And I'm continuing that tradition today as a descendant of the Anawan to welcome all of you here today as you come and become alumni and receive your degrees and diplomas that you've been studying for over the many years. And with your family and support, I'd like to welcome you all here on the land of the Anawan for, as a gesture of friendship, as a goodwill and cooperation. Aboriginal Australia is has a strong history. There are over 300 different Aboriginal countries in this world, in Australia, and when we traverse the continent, for whatever reason, we may be going to another event in another country, we have to be made welcome. And that's a tradition that all Aboriginal people do that. We have lots of tribes around us here, and some of you may be familiar with things like the groups like the Gumbanga, the Dungutty, the Biripi, the Bunjalung, the Yambura, the Ngarrabul, the Yagal, the Yukumbul, and of course a big one to the side of us, to the western side, the Kamilaroi. They're all names of Aboriginal countries because we've been multicultural before any white man came to this country. We all come from different countries, we all speak different languages. We have Aboriginal people who live in the snow, who live in the rainforest, who live in the desert, who live on the plains. And here, the Anawan people, we're known as the snow people. And if you ever here in the middle of winter, you'll know why. But it's a tradition. That's what a welcome to country is about. It's done in spirit of friendship and goodwill and of comfort and openness and transparency. You're on our land. We look after you while you're here. Modern days, we do it by passport. You get a passport stamp when you go to another country. But traditionally, Aboriginal people celebrate it for many days. So I'm abbreviating the welcome to country for you today. As I said, I'm an Anawan descendant, but I have strong connections with the other tribes around, social and cultural connections all around, because that's the way Aboriginal people are. For the original inhabitants of this area, it was a cycle of life, from fire to death to regrowth, from dry, desiccated yellow to lush, succulent green. They were part of the regenerative process. My ancestors, the Anawan, they lived here. They were part of that process. They were part of the land, and the land was part of them. They thought in cycles, in circles. Then they encountered the people who thought in straight lines. These strangers, they had linear stories with a beginning, a middle and an end. Anawan storytellers, they can talk of Turrbanian, that's the high country, from where the waters came. They spoke of Alpawan, the low country, where the waters linger. And then there's the violently broken country, Awara, where the waters fall. And that change in the landscape, for us, marks the beginning and the end of Anawan country. All over Australia, the different countries are defined by the geography and the change in landscape. For example, when you go east from here, you come into the coastal countries, the coastal tribal groups down there, because the landscape has changed. Whenever you cross a river, when you go north, maybe to the Clarence River, you will go into the Bunjalung country. If you go to the west of here, you cross the Guarda River and the McIntyre River, you're on the land of the Kamilaroi people. And if you go south of here, you come down, further down, you come on the land of the Warramai and the Wanarua people, all with names, all who know their place and know their identity. They belong there. And I, as an Anawan descendant, belong here. I'd like to welcome you in the land of, in the language of my people. We in New England were one of the first lot that lost our language. We lost our place. We lost our culture. We lost our identity. But now it's important for us to revive that. And language is one part of doing that. Yaka Anawan no yina, Inja Anawan kiona, Yaka yina, Inja kiona. Inja Nyambeka kiona, Nyambeka orala. Altala rakinya, Inja kiona. Nata me runyara, Nyambaka kiunda. I've just welcomed you all to the land of my ancestors, and I do that with great pride, because you are also fellow Australians, and the story of Aboriginal Australia is part of your ancestors too. We're all part of the one. I congratulate all of you today on your as a culmination of your studies, whether you're getting a degree or diploma, certificates, or I can't remember the other word. But it's all as a result of the efforts that you and your family have all put in. I would like to say in the field of health and medicine, chemistry, pharmacy rather, the ancestors, my ancestors and all Aboriginal people right across Australia, they were qualified in that too. They were doctors, they were pharmacists, they were social workers. Now, they didn't have to go to university to get a degree, they learned it from each other. They had the biggest pharmacy in the world, the land. That's where all our pharmaceuticals come from. They learned about looking after people medically and spiritually. They have a deep spiritual belief and medical belief. They used all the plants, and they had ways of doing it. So they didn't graduate from a university, but they passed it on, that knowledge on, and that ensured their survival. If I could, please, Chancellor, if I could, I must acknowledge the people behind me. They assisted you, all of you, in doing what you're doing, and made sure and encouraged you and supported you as you did your degree. But I'd like to make an acknowledgement of one particular person today, and I'm very proud of her, and she makes us all very happy and proud in the community that we live in, Casey Yates. Casey is graduating today in a Bachelor of Nursing, and she started in a nursing career because she grew up bringing up a young child by herself who had severe disabilities. She learnt how to look after that young boy, and the doctors and nurses at the hospitals here in John Hunter and other places encouraged her to study nursing. So I said, you'll be a good nurse, why don't you go and get a degree? Today, my cousin, Casey, is graduating. And I'd like to, you'll know her when she comes up because you'll hear us all yell. I'd like to acknowledge that, the support and encouragement that she was given and continued. That support and encouragement continued here at the university. You have a good record of looking after Aboriginal students. They are very strong in devoting their time and ensuring that students get enrolled and looked after while they're here. They have the Yarala Centre here, which supports Aboriginal students all the time. But I'd just like to say that congratulations, Casey. You make my heart beam with pride. I'm sure your parents, Michael and Diane, would be very happy about that as well, and all your family that are here to support you as well. You are a remarkable young lady who gives confidence to other Aboriginal people by doing what you've done. And thank you to the university for supporting. Now I'm here to give you a welcome, so welcome everybody. You're on the land of my ancestors. Feel safe, feel comfortable, and feel privileged that you're here today. Welcome. O tika lana pura. Let's talk soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve, very much. I now call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Simon Evans, to present Anna Barwick as today's occasional address speaker.
Chancellor, Anna Barwick is a lecturer in the School of Rural Medicine at the University of New England. Anna lives with her husband and 2 young children on their Australian stockhorse stud farm in Walker. Anna is currently working on her PhD in telehealth at the University of Queensland. She holds a Master of Clinical Pharmacy and is a practicing consultant pharmacist, researcher, diabetes educator and immuniser. Anna has been recognised as the PSA 2021 New South Wales Pharmacist of the Year and 2021 UTS Innovative Pharmacist of the Year. Anna was announced as the 2022 New South Wales Premier's Woman of the Year and the 2022 New South Wales Minerals Council Regional Woman of the Year for her health and wellbeing innovation. Anna founded Farm Online, an online advisory video telehealth service to connect people with experienced pharmacists to discuss their medication. Farm Online clients include new parents, patients with disabilities, chronic diseases, and people in geographically isolated areas that require assistance to manage and optimise safe medication use when required. Farm Online was recently recognised as the Outstanding Startup in the 2021 New England Northwest Business Awards. Anna's vision is to put a pharmacist into every household in the country, 24 hours a day, whenever people need help. She is passionate about improving the health of all Australians through education, advice and advocacy in her role as a medication expert. Chancellor, graduands, guests, I now have the honour to invite Anna Barwick to give today's occasional address.
Good afternoon, everyone. We have been fortunate to be blessed with a beautiful New England day with a hint of spring in the air, finally. I wish to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today, the Anawan people, and extend my respects to elders past, present and emerging. University of New England Chancellor James Harris, Acting Vice-Chancellor and CEO Simon Evans, our local member Adam Marshall, academic colleagues and other distinguished guests. It is an honour to have been asked to provide the occasional address at this, the final Faculty of Medicine and Health graduation for winter. I have a strong connection with UNE as a lecturer here for the past 10 years, teaching pharmacy, medicine and nursing students, but one that also existed before I was born. My father was accepted into a Bachelor of Agriculture at UNE back in the 70s. As a third-generation farmer, following my ancestors' arrival in the central west of New South Wales around Parkes and Peak Hill, my father was first in family to attend university to extend his knowledge of working the land. The family farm purchased a new tractor 6 weeks after orientation week, and my father returned home to ensure his younger brother didn't break the thing. As a result, he never completed his university studies, although he has gone on to become a very successful organic and biodynamic farmer on that same property where I and my brothers were raised. So to you, the graduands, I want to extend a personal congratulations and acknowledgement of your remarkable achievements during a time of worldwide disruption and lockdowns, to have stayed the course and not been distracted by shiny new things like tractors. You've done really well. While I'm addressing the graduating class as a collective, I'm going to speak to each of you as though I'm talking to you personally today. After years of sacrifices, juggling a social life or not, family commitments, work, last-minute cramming sessions, all-nighters, and those average days, the days you simply showed up to your lecture or logged in for a virtual tutorial or made a start on your next assignment. All those average and unremarkable days are what led you here. You were the one who earned the right to enrol in your course. You were the one that showed up day after day, year after year, to make it happen. You were the one that saw it through the average, unremarkable moments to make it here to this day, one of the most remarkable of your life. No one here today knows your exact experience or the journey you took to being here to graduate today. But I'm sure that we can all agree that regardless of how you choose to study or what degree or certificate you're graduating with today, you've dedicated a significant amount of time to learning, growing, and applying yourself. And that truly deserves a great deal of recognition, not just from me or from your family. You deserve to give yourself a moment of recognition too. So pause for a minute. Take a big, deep breath. Look around at the beautiful grounds, the people around you, and really be in this moment. We live in a world of constant distraction, of endless emails and social media notifications, streamed entertainment, and trying to capture moments with our iPhones. Yes, I can see you in the front row doing that right now. But I think we're very rarely in the moment we're experiencing. So in this moment that we're sharing, I know that future you will appreciate having a clear memory of what it felt like to sit here, surrounded by your peers, friends, and family, as you mark the end of your formal education, for now at least. This is your day, so take it all in. For those of you who don't know me or I haven't taught, you are perhaps wondering why I'm the one up here speaking to you, and I'm asking myself the same thing too. But I'm Anna. I'm a pharmacist, a PhD candidate, CEO and founder of Farm Online, Australia's first pharmacist-led online telehealth service. I'm also a mum of two and a fierce rural advocate. I hope that by sharing just a little bit of my story, I can provide you with a few ideas that will hopefully play at least a small part in what you will do in your future as health professionals. Because as cliche as it sounds, today marks the end of your education and the attainment of your degree, and it also symbolises the completion of a significant portion of your life. And it also symbolises a new beginning, a new phase of your life where you will get to shape your career and do work that you're proud of. So in the hopes of providing a little inspiration, here's a very short story of how I went from a pharmacy graduate to the founder of a multi-award-winning business. In 2008, I graduated with a Bachelor of Pharmacy, much like some of my crew are down here today. If you'd told me on my graduation day that in 14 years I'd have an online telehealth business, well, of course I wouldn't have believed you. I was setting out to be a pharmacist. Aside from perhaps owning my own pharmacy one day, starting a business really wasn't in my sights. That was because back then no one could have imagined a future where we'd be locked in our houses for months and where delivering medical care over phone calls and computer screens was considered the norm. Even with the biggest dreams and brightest ambition, nothing about me, my career goals, or the pharmacy profession up until that point would have given any clue that I'd go on to create Farm Online. Then one day several years ago, I was breastfeeding my newborn. I noticed she had a rash, so like any new parent does, I consulted Dr. Google. Everything I read at the top of this search was telling me that this rash was serious and potentially life-threatening. Now, as a health professional, I knew that this was fairly unlikely to be the case, but it made me think about all the parents who are isolated, time-poor, and generally overwhelmed who would be panicked by this information. And that is where the idea for Farm Online came from. That one simple moment led me to think about what I could do to improve accessibility to convenient and reliable healthcare advice across Australia, particularly for those in rural and regional areas. I'm sharing this story with you not because I think that you need to launch a business in the next few months or years. I'm sharing because I want you to see how small and seemingly insignificant moments can have a huge impact on your life and your career. You can't plan for those moments. They happen unexpectedly, and they're almost never part of your big plan, which is why I believe it's infinitely more important to have a very clear why for your career and life than it is about having a concrete plan. Why do you do what you do? What is your one big driver? For me, it has always been about genuinely helping people. I'm passionate about improving the health of all Australians through education, advice, and advocacy. This was because my grandmother passed away with undiagnosed heart disease when she could have been managed with good medications and advice when I was still at school. I became who I needed. I became a medication expert. There are endless ways to deliver on this why, so I've always ensured that the how remains open. Open to change, new opportunities, new technology, new research and developments in my profession, and new personal circumstances. If there is one thing I've learnt so far, it's that you simply must be flexible and resilient in aspects of your life, and especially when it comes to your career. The career of your dreams is there for the taking. You absolutely have everything you need to go forth and pursue it, and you certainly don't need anyone telling you exactly what to do or how to do it, especially not on graduation day. But I'm here with you and have a few moments of your attention, so I'd love to share with you some insights that have become real and true for me on my journey. Take what you need and simply leave the rest. Number one, don't white knuckle it. It may be hard to see from where you are now, but I want to assure you that there's no such thing as the wrong career move. Even if the new job doesn't work out, even if you get into your profession and discover it's not the calling you thought it was. Even if some days leave you convinced that it's you who chose the wrong career path entirely. Why? Because every career move is a mark on a map that will lead you to where you were meant to be. Keeping in mind, of course, that there's no such thing as a final destination when it comes to your career. It will be forever changing and growing and evolving. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, there will be some of us that make many marks on our maps, filled with wrong turns, detours, misadventures, and dead ends. But those maps are interesting and full of life. Most importantly, they ensure that when you reach your destination, that you bring experience and resilience and strength of character that's needed in very distressing situations. Trust that even if you don't feel like you're on the right track, every experience, every challenging boss or colleague, every lesson, every failed job application, they're all marks on your map leading you to where you need to be. So there's no point in white knuckling it, trying to chart the most direct route possible. Keep course correcting from time to time, but more importantly, enjoy the ride by letting go just a little. Number two, trust your intuition. This one is really big for your career, but also for your life in general. When something or someone feels off, even if you can't explain why exactly, always trust that feeling. Similarly, when an opportunity feels good, or when you get a nervous yet excited rush of butterflies at the thought of a new role or challenge, that's your sign to go for it. It won't matter how many opinions you ask for from well-intentioned colleagues, friends or family, or how much research you do to make that decision. Sometimes in life you just got to jump at an opportunity. If you're really not sure what your gut instincts are telling you, try switching off from the world fully, just for a little while. As I alluded to earlier, in our modern world we're very rarely in moments of complete quiet or without distraction. Take a moment to sit with any decisions before you. Be still, be quiet, and just trust your instincts. They'll rarely let you down. Third, don't complain, create. If you want to get ahead in your career and make a positive impact, you can't be that person who complains about the way things are, or the lack of resources, or how busy you are, because you all will be. Almost universally, that's how most people in every industry feel. But I don't think you're sitting here today thinking that you want to live life like most people. That being the case, it's important to remember, no one is coming to take all the pressure away from you. There's no magic force that's going to sweep in and solve all the problems, especially not in healthcare. No one owes you an easy ride, even when you are desperately needed in a rural outpost. If you crave change or see an opportunity for improvement, do it. Be the person who decides to do something about it. What can you change? What can you create? What questions can you ask to find the answers you need? You might have to start small. It might take a lot of time, energy, and resources. It might ruffle the feathers of a few colleagues. But I assure you that the brightest and the best aren't the ones complaining. They're the ones creating. So when you see something you don't like, take a moment to think about whether you want to complain or create. Number 4, embrace lifelong learning. Now, perhaps you don't want to hear this, not today anyway, after you've just managed to get through. But I want you to at least pocket the idea for later. If you want true success in your career and life, you need to embrace lifelong learning. If studying at university has taught you anything, it's that there is so much that you don't know. Your industry and your peers and the world around us are forever growing and changing. There are new opportunities emerging, new research papers being published, new technologies emerging, and new hope for those who want to improve the lives of others. If you can find the joy in learning new things, exposing yourself to new ideas and applying your knowledge, you're not only going to be setting yourself up for success, you're going to be able to make a real and valuable contribution to the lives of others. Look at me. I haven't stopped learning. I went from a Bachelor of Pharmacy to an accredited pharmacist to a Master's and now a PhD with a grad cert and a cert 4 thrown in for good measure. I hope that in some way this inspires you to continue your educational journey, whether formally or informally, now and long into your careers. And finally, your definition of success is yours only. Your success is determined only by what success means to you. There is so much outside noise and influence. It's important to make a deliberate and conscious effort to create your own definition of a successful life and career. Not what success looks like on social media, not what you think it should look like based on what your parents have said or what your friends want, not what number you assign to a success based purely on a salary. But what does success feel like to you? How do you want to feel at the end of a day's work? Satisfied? Proud? Challenged? What does success look like for you? Are you spending time with the people you love? Are you creating a legacy with your work? There's no right or wrong answer. What matters is that you know what the answers are for you. And most importantly, it's knowing that you've done everything you can so that you can look back on your life in many, many years to come and feel a sense of peace that you lived life on your own terms. You've already taken great steps to that end. You're here celebrating a milestone event, one that you've chosen and earned through hard work and dedication. I wish you every success as you go forth, continuing to define and earn your success, charting your course and creating the changes you want to see in the world. Education is a privilege you now possess, even if you didn't come from a privileged background. Use this privilege to be who you needed. Be who you needed. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Anna, very much. I think it's great when we, as a university, can get talent from the local district that are leading their industry in so many ways and show you, our graduates, what you can do if you decide to do it. So thank you, Anna, very much. I now invite ceremony musician Hattie Oates to perform, and please would everybody remain seated during the performance.
Feel it falling off like clothing. Taste it rolling on your tongue. See the lights above you glowing. Oh, and breathe them deep into your lungs. It was always simple, not hidden hard. You've been pulling at the strings, playing puppeteer for kings, and you've had enough. But this search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you control where you go, you can steer. Oh, so hold this feeling like a newborn. Freedom surging through your veins, 'cause you have opened up a new door. So bring on the wind for you and rain. It was always simple, not hidden hard. You've been played out a game, called remembering your name, and you stuffed it up. But the search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you control where you go, you can steer. Oh, so step out of the box and step into the clear. You've been listening for answers in a city of screams. All your dreams go unheard. But the search ends here, where the night is totally clear, and your heart is fierce. So now you finally know you control where you go, you can steer. Oh, now you finally know you control where you go, you can steer.
Thank you, Hattie, very much. I now invite the Chair of the Academic Board, Professor Robin Bartell, to present the candidates.
Would the graduates please stand? Chancellor, I submit to you those graduates as set out in the programme who have been admitted to their respective academic degrees and awards in absentia.
In the name of the Council and by my authority as Chancellor, I congratulate and celebrate with you, our graduates, on the conferral of their respective degrees and awards.
Would the graduates please be seated? Would the graduates who are also receiving a New England Award please stand? Chancellor, the New England Award is granted to selected graduates who have demonstrated outstanding service to the university and wider community and commitment to others. It is a non-academic award given by the university in recognition of the skills, attributes, leadership and personal qualities that are developed through extracurricular activity, committee membership, voluntary work and good citizenship. Today, the university is proud to be presenting one of our graduates with this award.
Through your actions to achieve the New England Award, you have shown yourselves to be high-achieving, proactive and outward-looking members of the university community. UNE is proud of the relationships we have developed with many organisations across Australia and in fact around the world as a result of your efforts.
Would the graduate please be seated?
On behalf of the Council and UNE Committee, I extend my hearty congratulations.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you all those graduates admitted to academic degrees and awards, commencing with those graduates admitted to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy who are able to be present at this ceremony. Doctor of Philosophy, Janelle Ann Cleary. The effect of infant sleep interventions on the development of emotion perception and emotion regulation across the first year of life. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the delegate of the Dean of the Faculty of Medicine and Health, Associate Professor Jane Clark, to present those graduates admitted to degrees and awards, commencing with the degree of Master, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates newly admitted to the degree of Master from the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Master of Health Management, Sulan Sade Marie Malik. Master of Nursing Practice, Sunita Adhikari. Chet Kumari Ali. Pinky Balaya. Navreet Kaur Bath. Marcel May Bordador Carlos. Basha Julal. Kanechiku Grace Ebwe. Basha Gutam. Alina Gamir. Rogina Gurung. Sanjita Gurung. Kanchan Gurung. Sakrita Hona. Xiaohu Huang. Pooja KC. Usha Kaki. Avninda Kaur. Manjinder Kaur. Prabjit Kaur. Parjot Kaur. Sanjana Khadka. Warda Tasman Khan. Sanjita Karel. Durpata Koyahan. Faljuni Khan Laboni. Sushma Lama. Doma Lama. Swasti Lamachan. Sunny Marajan. Marina Marajan Singh. Sandhya Sri Malaboyina. Deepa Mishra. Samriti Pandi. Ashok Padel. Vima Devi Pudel Adhikari. Bindu Puktrel. Sadiq Shapun. Dewa Pun. Sushma Ray. Mayan Santos. Sujata Shahi. Rohini Shakya. Himbrapa Sharma. Munu Sherpa. Ashmita Shretha. Deepa Shretha. Diksha Shretha. Jamuna Sitalu Shretha. Ninja Shrestha. Nutan Shrestha. Shraddha Shretha. Anjana Subedi. Sushma Tandukar. Master of Professional Psychology, Joshua Patrick Blacklock. Liana Harris. Stacey Stavura Standardos. Muja Salwa. Elise Jarrett. Master of Psychology, Clinical, Emily C. Chai Ao. Camilla Daniela Camilleri. Stephen Porter. Master of Social Work, Professional Qualifying, Dorothy Amatang. Melanie Jane Arthur. Samantha Morgan Henry. Gurpreet Kaur. Also receiving the Graduate Diploma in Counselling, Simone Perricone. Kylie Patricia Piper. Also receiving the Graduate Certificate in Mental Health Practice, Hayley Florence Say. Anna Slater. Also receiving the New England Award, Helen Dorothy Uber. Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates awarded the Graduate Diploma and Graduate Certificate from the Faculty of Medicine and Health. Graduate Diploma in Counselling, Martha Mary Dorman. Graduate Diploma in Psychology, Christy Joanne Barber. Debla Lorraine Canine. Carleen Maloney. Meredith Catherine Phillips. Jane Ryan. Christopher Bruce Watson. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the delegate of the Head of School of Rural Medicine, Associate Professor Michelle Guppy, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours, Bachelor, who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor with Honours and Bachelor from the School of Rural Medicine. Bachelor of Pharmacy with Honours, First Class, Melissa Eelman. Second Class, Division 1, Natalie Cross. Second Class, Division 1, Alexandra Kazia Horton. Second Class, Division 1, Ashley Marie Sheridan. Second Class, Division 2, Natalie Barsoom. Second Class, Division 2, Erin Joan Lawler. Bachelor of Medicine, Alexander Austin. Mateja Dominkovic. Clara Lee. Andrew James Middleton. Thomas Jesse Moffat. Rashid John Habib. Alexandra Jane Winters. Timothy John Yee Joy. From the Faculty of Science, Agriculture, Business and Law, Bachelor of Clinical Exercise Physiology, Ryan Owen Palfrey. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Head of the School of Health, Associate Professor Jane Clark, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor from the School of Health. Bachelor of Community Services, Amanda Manson. Emma Louise Punch. Bachelor of Health Practice, Tanea Roy. Bachelor of Nursing, Cherie Bailey. Sophie Jane Bernard. Deepa Basnet Katawada. Brooke Brown. Lisa Evans. Sophie Gullifer. Caitlin Taylor Largent. Katana Marie Lillist. Michelle Sharon Madade. Sanjita Mahajan. Polly Ann Malabanan. Sarah Louise McCulloch. Alice Murphy. Laura Elizabeth Polglaze. Bonnie Sarah Renton. Natasha Lee Teleglar. Seema Thapa Chetri. Zoe Elsie Vassallo. Shannon Lee Wilcock. Madison Kate Wiseman. Casey Renee Yates. Bachelor of Social Work with Honours. Second Class Division 1, Wendy Lee Adams. Bachelor of Social Work, Emma Broadhead. Rachel Gould. Alinian McDonald. Chancellor, I now have the honour to invite the Head of School of Psychology, Professor Einar Thorstensen, to present those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor who are able to be present at this ceremony.
Chancellor, I now have the honour to present to you those graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor from the School of Psychology. Bachelor of Psychological Science, Sheba Samoa Boyd. Kelsey May Branscombe. John Peter Burfoot. Sonta Joy Caldwell. Sarah Catherine Kieran. Karen Crowley. Amy Lee Floyd. Ashley Ford. Wendy June Fowler. Caitlin Colleen Laird. Susan Mullen. Ashley McCullum. Christopher Ken Song Ong. Catherine Alice Page. Brianna Louise Powell. Kim Prideaux. Darcy Patricia Lee Smith. Maya Danuta Wall. Grace Olivia Whittle. Chancellor, that concludes the presentation of awards from the Faculty of Medicine and Health to graduates who were able to be present at this ceremony.
Congratulations. I would like now to invite Wendy Adams, Bachelor of Social Work with Honours, to deliver the vote of thanks for graduates.
Good afternoon. I'd like to start by acknowledging the Chancellor, the Vice-Chancellor, Council members, local elders, distinguished guests, academic staff, fellow graduates, and of course our family and our friends. I'd also like to acknowledge that we are meeting on Anawan country, and I'd want to pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. My name is Wendy Adams, and like my fellow graduates, I'm excited to be here today to graduate after many years of hard work. I started my undergraduate degree in 2015 as an online student, and I remember being equally parts excited and scared to start university. As I went through my degree, I met lots of different people, some studying the same degree,
while others were studying different disciplines like nursing. I also met lots of academic staff and had the opportunity to be mentored by some of the social work staff, particularly when completing placements such as social work in schools and writing my honours thesis. I enjoyed the connection this provided, as being an online student can be isolating at times. I think that this is something that UNE does well, as even though you might be hundreds of kilometres away, you never feel alone. The forums in Moodle provided an excellent space to ask questions and chat with fellow students, and the Facebook groups also provide another way for students and staff to connect. The many intensives that are attended while studying social work allowed further connection for students and staff, and I learned that the word intensive is highly appropriate given how tired most of us were after attending. Juggling uni, work and family life is not easy, and I know this is something that most of you would have faced. The COVID pandemic changed the landscape for how universities deliver their content, but I think overall, UNE was well placed to adapt to the online environment, given many of their students study online. It was a challenging time for everyone, given many, and I cannot speak on behalf of everybody, but I feel that the academic staff tried their absolute best to ensure that students could still learn and be supported while navigating the uncertainty of the pandemic. For many students, this meant lectures and intensives were moved online, and it was a different experience for everyone. I remember completing my first intensive online during the pandemic and thinking how exhausted the academic staff must be as they worked hard to keep us motivated and interested in the content being taught. Now that I've finished my degree and can look back and reflect on my time at UNE, I realise that I have learned so much, not only about social work as a profession, but also about myself. In my last year as a student, I participated as a mentor in the Social Workers as Mentors program, which was a great opportunity to give back to first year students and share my experiences with them. The social work team have also provided ongoing opportunities for graduates to stay connected by participating in online orientations and book club. Overall, my experience at UNE was positive, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my husband and 2 boys for supporting and encouraging me throughout my degree. I think my husband is happy that I've completed my degree, as it means he no longer needs to read my essays to ensure they make sense. To my fellow graduates, I hope that you feel proud of your accomplishments, and I wish you well in your future endeavours. To UNE and the graduations team, thank you for organising extra graduation ceremonies to allow those of us that graduated, that finished our degrees during the pandemic, to have the graduation experience and share it with our family and our friends. In closing, I'd like to thank the university for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of my fellow graduates, and thank the academic staff that supported us through our degrees. Thank you.
Thank you, Wendy. You've actually all joined, if not already, a very large club, a worldwide club called the Alumni of the University of New England. If you haven't joined, please do. It's a club where you will find people all over the world who will be willing to give you assistance, or all over Australia. If you're in a strange town or a strange country, they'll be there to help you find the shortcuts, tell you what not to do, or maybe just where to buy the best cup of coffee, or where to send the kids to school. So please join. We like to know where you are, and we also like to be able to tell you what we're doing. On your behalf, I would like to thank the people who organise these graduation ceremonies. This has been an extraordinary weekend of people coming and going. A lot of you have not been here before, and we like to show off this campus, which we're proud of, in its best fashion. So to the people who've got the grounds ready, to the people who've got today ready, to the people who've supplied the food and the drinks, I say thank you from you to them. So please, safe travels home for those who've got to get home tomorrow morning for work. Travel safely and enjoy the rest of the day and evening, and thank you for coming. Before I close this ceremony, I would like to invite our new graduates to process after the academic procession. I would like now to invite you all to stand for the academic anthem, and I declare the ceremony closed.
Swirl, it feels so bright. Didn't get much sleep last night. Rage rattled through my head. Whistle blowing, love is dead. Is dead. Heart attack by fear and doubt. Won't be long till the truth comes out. First impressions never lie. Lovers' bonds, they hold so fast, so fast. Restless future burning bright. The past is holding on so tight. Never heard the one in bed. I just wanna wish you well. 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 Welcome swallows dip and swing. Take their cue from the slightest thing. Rolling fog into my room. Why'd you give up on me so soon? So soon. Restless future burning bright. The past is holding on so tight. Never heard the one in bed. I just wanna wish you well. 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 Why'd you give up on me so soon? Didn't you give up on me so soon? I just wanna wish you well. I just wanna wish you well.
Who is rock? She don't wanna bear the shock no more. When it's just swear that feels right.